Yo, what is up, guys? So I'm here to showcase off the new synchros for 2018, utilizing a lot of the other cards that, well, we got access to due to the new ban list. Specifically, Monster Reborn is one of the best cards, especially for synchro players. But Shooting Riser Dragon is out finally on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, and it's a pretty cool card. Haven't really seen too much hype for synchros in general in a while, but with access to Needle Fiber, basically, you have really easy access to making Stardust Warrior, which is a pretty decent card. Whenever your opponent would summon something, you can go ahead and tribute it, and then you can negate the summon. Pretty good stuff. But in addition to that, if the card goes away, you're able to get out a level 8 or lower Synchron Warrior. A Warrior Synchro monster. It doesn't have to be Synchron. From your extra deck, and it's treated as Synchro Summon, so that's pretty good. But this is a really hype anime status duel over here between Spawn and Evelyn over here, and this guy's going completely off. This is his second Scoldy over here, because the first one, well, that one kind of got stopped. Where is it? There it is. But he's going to get the effect of Yugioh or Scoldy again. But that card is absolutely insane. He's getting the extra summon, he's getting double link monsters, and he's got a number 41 in defense mode. And number 41 is a really dirty card. Then he adds the Masterpiece to his hand, which this card is pretty good still. It's just one of those cards where sometimes you just summon it and you win. But again, this is not looking too good for a synchro player here because, well, this card negates everything pretty much but link monsters for the most part. But Scoldy's going to be acting that effect, going to be boosting up the Librarian, but he's just going to have to pass because this card, it's super annoying to deal with, honestly. Unless you can, like, Borealo Dragon or, again, make them link monsters. But we're pretty tight on space here. And then he summons a Masterpiece that's immune to spells and monster effects, which is actually pretty dirty. But we do have Jet Warrior. It's going to go ahead and send back the Firewall Dragon. Then he's going to go ahead and attack over everything, and then make it ABC Dragon. And it's going to have 3,300 attack. It's going to go ahead and activate the lefty driver to add the righty. And number 41 is in attack position now, so that's going to be very good for Spawn here. So you can actually go for his effects. But Tin Musical Battle Mech actually gets you Shooting Riser Dragon, which gives you another easy access to a level 10 Synchro, depending on like how else you're going to be playing out things. But with Soul Charge, that's going to be very powerful, obviously. Scoldy going to try to boost up the Cosmic Blazer Dragon. Cosmic Blazer Dragon's like, no, I don't want that boost. But then we see Masterpiece activating its effect, and we're going to have Cosmic Blazer go ahead and prevent it from being destroyed. But this card is technically also immune to monster effects as well. But ABC Buster Dragon will go ahead and get rid of the Stardust Flash. But not before we summon Stardust Warrior once again. Really decent card, and he's just so short of being able to attack over that. Kind of unfortunate. But Stardust Warrior is going to be coming back with the Cosmic Blazer with 4,000 attack. Buster Dragon going to go ahead and try to prevent the player from getting OTK'd here. Going to summon 3 monsters. He's going to go ahead and destroy that, but he also gets Stardust Charge Warrior, which actually lets him draw another card. So you guys can see there's a lot of synergy with some of the cards that normally people just didn't have room for in the extra deck. Now you might consider running some other obscure cards, and even the other card, the tin Synchro that gets you back another like tuner. That's really cool. But I got a few more replays to showcase off. Now this duel over here, I'm aware this guy over here that's playing like Submarine, Roid, Bird. It's irrelevant. The thing that I want to showcase off is some of the key combos if any of you guys want to try out the deck yourselves. I'll also give you guys a deck profile courtesy of Spawn, so shout out to you, man. You built a pretty cool deck. I do want to give you some suggestions, though, for your decks. If you want to take the deck a little bit more seriously, I would say at the end of the day, Synchros might not be the most competitive deck, especially variants that want to bust out like this one boss monster, whether it be like a Quasar or a Cosmic Blazer. You're very susceptible to like one card like removal and you just like straight up lose. Like if you get Kaiju, that's just how this deck is. But sometimes you can go for very explosive plays, and with the new ban list, Maxi being banned, that kind of helps out Synchros a lot. That was definitely something they lost out to. But like when you get Ash Blossom, that can definitely like make a game. Or yeah, I know Ghost Ogre is not super relevant. There are a lot of decks that still definitely do play it. More popular in the OCG for sure, but I've seen it once in a while in the TCG, and that can completely ruin a lot of your setups as well with this deck. But Stardust Flash, not too bad. I mean, you guys are seeing pretty much a bread and butter combo of Needle, Fire Press, Call of Solace, or there's a lot of other combinations of another monster, but for the most part, just being able to go for like a level 10 Synchro. At the moment, Leo's not the most meta. There's White Aura Dolphin, which we'll talk about it a little bit more, and there's another level 10 Synchro, but we have the Assault Mode tech over there. I'm not sure about that card myself. It's still a great card, but it's just a little bit too conditional. Obviously, you can make it pretty easy in the deck, but I just don't know if Stardust Assault is, unless you can summon like another card to like stun your opponent. I just feel like it's, again, kind of linear, and I really don't like drawing this card. I feel like it's super minus. But if you believe in the heart of the cards, you never draw it. It'll be good. But like I said, this guy's deck is probably not the most meta. I didn't even know what the heck it was. I mean, this deck was all over the place. It looked like he just took a bunch of cards and was like, dude, I'm ready to go. But again, I was just trying to show you guys the other ways to summon some of the monsters in the deck. But we do have Stardust Assault mode coming back in action here, and we see the Scarm summon graph, make that number 49. Like I don't even know what his deck is, but he's gonna go ahead and when opponent activates a card or effect or would summon a monster, just say no to that. Pretty good stuff indeed. And then with no monsters left on the field, wrecked got wrecked. But anyways, we got one more over here. This one's a little bit better of a duel. Like I said, it was basically to show you guys some of the combos for those of you guys that are interested in playing the deck. So Dot Scrapper is actually a really popular card. In fact, when Synchros were, well, it was like a plant Synchro-ish kind of a deck. It was Plant Link Synchro is what I want to call it. When it was popped in the OCG, they did have multiple different Synchro builds playing Dot Scrapper. But when it's just sent to the graveyard, you can just special summon it. And then you can only use this effect once per turn and once per duel. But that's all you really need. Again, it's kind of a bread and butter combo to make Stardust Warrior. So you have a card that can just negate something. And I think if you follow up with some hand traps in this, or even like some of the like Solemns, I think you're really setting up for a better consistent deck. Because when you throw out one monster that can negate something, it's just not enough for Yugioh, especially in 2018, with so many decks just having multiple options. Whereas a Synchro deck, sometimes you only got really one option. Obviously, Monster Reborn definitely helps out. But like I said, I'll give you guys some suggestions, and you guys can give me yours also. But we see Junkster are going to be bounced back. But since we did special summon, what is it? When a monster is supposed to summon from the graveyard, you can special summon the Doppel Warrior, which will actually allow you to obviously extend your combos. And then we see, once again, the Tin Musical Battle Mech going to be getting out that extra Shooting Riser Dragon for free. And that's huge. And then also we get the Doppel tokens, and he's going to go straight into Stardust Dragon, activates the monster reward. And that's really, again, what helps out the Synchro deck so much, is going for these explosive like plays. And then if you can follow up with like a Reborn after that, you're pretty much set to go, and he's going to take that game. But let me go ahead and give you guys the deck profile if you guys want to try it out yourself. Like I said, I definitely recommend some hand traps in the deck. And cool use of the lefty and the righty. So lefty's effect is if this card is special summon, you can make this card become level 3 until the end of the turn. But during the main phase, except for this turn was sent to the graveyard, you banish it and then add a righty from your deck to your hand. And more importantly, the righty's effect is for a Synchro summon, you can substitute this card for any one Synchron tuner. And if this card is normal summon, you can just special summon one lefty from your hand deck. It just gives you an extra like level 1 monster. Again, it's that stepping stone aspect of the game to, again, go for any of the combos that you need. Like I said, I'm not sure how I'm feeling the Stardust over here. Again, this is just my suggestion. I really suggest if you guys want to take the deck a little bit seriously, you guys can consider maybe even the lefty and the righties, you can maybe drop them down to 1-1, because you need to have consistency in a Synchro deck. And I think what's going to help out with that is not only hand traps to follow up your like big boss monster with, but also cards like Designator from the grave. This will actually stop your opponent's hand traps, and as well as like technically other things that can kind of stop you from going on. This is a great card. You could also consider Twin Twisters to get rid of back row, and you have a lot of cards that will obviously get the effects in the graveyard. You can even drop Doppel Warrior if you would like to, down to 2, or whatever the number that you choose for that. But like I said, these are just my little suggestions over here for you guys. I definitely recommend playing hand traps if you want to be more competitive. But that said, let's get started with the deck profile. So for his build, we got Assault Mode, 2 copies of Quick Draw, 3 copies of Junk, 1 Terratop, 1 Tack and Tom board, 1 Arcane Apprentice, 1 Quill Bolt, 3 copies of Doppel, 2 copies of Rush Warrior, which we actually didn't really get to see. This card is actually pretty spicy. Like, I legit like this card. So anyways, if a Warrior Synchro monster you control battles an opponent's monster, you get to send this card from your hand to the graveyard. Your battling monster's attack becomes double its current attack during that damage calculation only. And then also, you can banish this card from your graveyard and target a Synchron monster in your graveyard, and you get to add it to your hand. So that can actually reset some of your other cards that you search out with tuning. So that's actually a really cool effect. And then on top of that, again, you're going to have like a 6k attacking monster, and when they would summon something, you go away. I know it's kind of counterproductive because the monster goes away, therefore it can be kind of bad. I know one of the replays you guys technically did see the other card that just got you. That I could suggest playing. Like, it's not that bad of an idea because it's you know, you're tributing your monster. So there's a little bit of play with that other card. Again, I'm not sure how I feel about the Assault Mode Activate. That's just my personal take on it. But it was more so I wanted to show you guys some of the cool combos that you can do. You can definitely run Quasar in the deck. But I think that for optimal choices that he decided to go for this, maybe he just liked to seize. But it's basically just Needle Fiber Turbo here. But anyways, continuing on with the deck profile, we have the 2 copies of the lefty and then the 2 righty. And then we have 1 clear Effector. So this one just lets you like draw a card and it's level 2. And then we have 2 copies of Jet Synchron. We already went over the righty, so 2 of each. We have 2 Tuning War, 1 Glow Up, 1 Dot Scrapper, 2 copies of Lure, 1 1-for-1, 2 copies of Necroid Synchro. Interesting card. You banish 1 tuner and up to 2 non-tuner monsters from your graveyard. If you do, special summon 1 Stardust Synchro monster from your extra deck whose level equals that and has its effects negated. But obviously with the whole like Stardust Assault mode, you'll be good to go on that. But again, you could technically use that other card as a stepping stone too. It doesn't have to be just for this, but it's a mech card. I don't know. It might be kind of a win harder card. But it definitely can be used again to extend some of your combos. But next up we have Reinforcement of the Armor, we have Soul Charge, we have Foolish, Monster Reborn, 3 copies of Tuning, and then we have Limit Overdrive, and of course the Assault mode. Like I said, I just don't really suggest that card. But it was in one of the, this is the deck profile from one of the builds. Obviously you guys saw a few different cards. Probably was testing other things. I want to say he probably didn't run these forever, but just so you guys have like at least a kind of a core, I figured I'd give it to you guys. We got Cosmic Blazer, Stardust Warrior, Stardust Dragon, Shooting Riser, Gravity Warrior, Stardust Charge Warrior, which actually you guys saw and you actually drew a card off it. Then we have 1 Librarian, 1 Jet Warrior, 1 Excel, 1 Tin Musical Battleman. This is a card I really think is like these are, well, I mean there's a lot of cards required, but these are the obscure cards that I think a lot of people are like, what the heck is this? But it just works really well with, of course, the newer card, the Shooting Riser Dragon. Then of course backs out on Needle Fiber Man. Very, very good card indeed. But I wanted to mention, like, a Fed Builder is not a bad card in here. Heck, you can throw, like, Blackluster Soldier in here if you wanted to kind of mix up. I mean, there's enough lights, I would say. And obviously with, like, Tuning, you can send one. You get a random card to the graveyard, too. You might get lucky with that. But overall, I think the deck is pretty cool. And also this card is technically light, so you can throw in like Blackluster Soldier if you want and play like a Synchro deck, like back in the day, like the Synchro plant deck. Although now with a lot of the plant stuff gone, specifically like the Dandelion, there's a lot of stuff that you can't do. But it still is a pretty fun deck, and I think that it's definitely a deck that some people might be interested in checking out, utilizing the new Shooting Riser Dragon. But like I said, I feel like there's a lot of room for improvement. Let me know, guys, what you would swap out down below in the comment section below. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the vid. If you did, drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos.